So I was like, listen, failing ain't an option. It's period, it's not an option. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Amel Hannah, and today, as you can tell by the title, we are talking about passing your driving test. I passed, I think, just 2 weeks ago, and I'm still really excited. And I thought, since like this whole 2020 coronavirus thing is just really stressful, I know like if you're trying to get your test done, like I know the feeling. So I thought, let me just tell you guys my experience, any tips and tricks and all of that stuff. And yeah, I hope this video is helpful to you. Don't forget to subscribe before we get into this video. And yeah, so for this video I am going to break it down into theory, actual lessons, the test itself, and like any nerves and all of that stuff, just to kind of give you the best info as possible. I know before the test these were like literally the only videos I was watching, so I thought I'd make my own and like a 2020 version, because there wasn't many videos out there that were like, you know, during coronavirus. But yeah, let's just get into it. So for the actual theory itself, mine was booked for March the 21st and we went into lockdown March the 20th. So that was so annoying. It got cancelled the day before, like literally one more day and it would have been fine, but it got cancelled. So I ended up taking mine in August. So you can imagine, like, when we were allowed to take it again, there was literally no dates available. But all I did was I downloaded the app. I'll put it on the screen. Literally, it's $4.99. You can't really go wrong, and it's got everything in there. Just go through all the topics one by one, read it, and then just do mock test after mock test. That's what I did. And then it even like comes with the hazard perception clips. I remember on my actual theory test, the actual like multiple choice questions itself, it was fine. There were like all the questions that came up in the app, but the hazard perception, I don't know what happened, but it was a bit mad. I remember the first clip, I was just sat there waiting for the hazard to come, and I didn't click at all because I was like, there's no hazards, and the video finished. So I scored 0 for that clip. I scored 0 for quite a lot of the clips because I was clicking too much. So you just want to make sure you don't really click over about 5-6 times. But yeah, I just about passed my theory. I think I got 45 in both hazard perception and multiple choice. But yeah, that's theory. I would just say download the app, and also some videos on YouTube helped me. I'll link them down below. There were like road sign videos and stuff like that, because I know I struggled with road signs. I still do to this day. Like, even though I passed, I still struggle with road signs. I don't get it. But yeah, I would watch the road sign videos every night before I go to bed, and then during the day. It's literally 4 minutes, and I think they had 60 road signs in 4 minutes. So it was just really easy, and I feel like it helped me. So I'll be sure to link that in the description. For the actual lessons itself, I remember at the start of the year, so in February, I started with BSM. If you're in like the UK, you'd probably know what I'm talking about. To be honest, I really loved my instructor. She was just amazing. I feel like with BSM they really did take the piss with their prices. But so I had lessons from February until March, and then we had the lockdown and I wasn't driving for 3 months, so I kind of did like lose touch with driving. And then I would say like late July I picked up again, and then I stopped with BSM because I feel like yeah, they were good, but for what you're paying, it's literally like any instructor could do that, you know. So then I went with another driving school, and she was amazing as well. The lessons are just pretty straightforward. You just go for the lesson and you practice as much as you can. I know that with me, like I would be taking my lessons, and then I was insured as like a provisional learner in my dad's car. So me and my dad would go out and practice driving a lot, which helps, because at the end of the day, practice makes perfect. You ain't gonna pass your test if you're not confident. If you can, try and get someone to take you out driving to practice, like roundabouts, parking, anything, just like general driving on the roads, because at the end of the day, like, the examiner just wants to see that you can drive by yourself, if that makes sense. So the more you practice, the more like confidence you build up, the better you will be, trust me. So 2 days before my test, I remember I was really nervous. It wasn't like, oh my god, I can't do this nervous. It's just like, you know, when you're just so nervous because you're scared of failing. I just had to like mentally, like in my head, be like, do you know what, this is nothing I ain't done before. Like, I've been driving for what, 6-7 months now. Like, thank God I've never got into an accident. I know what I'm doing, like I'm aware, I know what I'm doing. The only reason I would fail is if I let my nerves get the better of me. The night before the test, just do a bit of self-care. Like I remember, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna relax my mind. I'm just gonna put a face mask on, take a nice hot shower, wash my hair, just get all relaxed and just not think about it. Like that's just what I did. I don't know, like I just thought, let me not do this whole last minute cramping in any information type thing, because I just don't want to stress myself out. I want to be as relaxed as possible. And I just remember like watching Netflix, just, you know, chilling. And then my test was the first thing in the morning, so it was at 8:40 in the morning. So first thing I thought in my head is I'm gonna be tired. Like I'm not a morning person, I can't wake up in the morning, it's just not a bit of me. I got up around, I think I got up at 6:30. I prayed, I was like, God, give me the strength to just do this, give me the power, just I know you got me. So, and I got dressed. I mean, they do say for your test, dress smart casual, don't come looking like a tramp, don't do the most, just come smart casual. I think I had a shower as well. Yeah, I just wanted to smell nice, like just feel good. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to feel like slumpy, lazy, like I just wanted to feel good. So I just know like, yeah, I'm ready for this, you know. It's just the little things that don't even contribute to the driving that makes a difference, if you get me. My instructor came to pick me up around 7:40, an hour before. We did 20 minutes practice driving. Like you can't really do much because there was quite a lot of traffic as well, but we just did around 20 minutes of driving. We did like one maneuver, came back, and then I go into the, well, you can't actually go into the test center because of corona, so I had to stand outside. It's flipping freezing. I was just hoping that I get a nice examiner, like not a scary one, not a bitchy examiner. And to be honest, I didn't get one, but I just really thought in my head like I'm just gonna have like some moody sitting next to me who's just gonna want to fail me, you know. One thing you need to remember is that examiners don't want to fail you. Like they don't want to fail you. If you give them a reason to fail you, obviously they're gonna fail you. If you're like actually a hazard on the roads, like would you expect? But the thing is, I told myself don't aim for perfect driving, because it's just impossible. Just aim for safe driving. At the end of the day, all they want to see you do is just be a safe driver. If you can show them like, yep, like I'm checking my mirrors, I'm like signaling, I'm like, you know, I'm a safe driver, they are gonna pass you. Do you know what I mean? The examiner came out, she called my name, and then she gave me a piece of paper to sign. I can't even remember. I think like you've just got to sign this piece of paper and tick a box or something. So she takes me to the car and then she's like, okay, I'm gonna get you to read the number plate. And I thought, yeah, I've got this, like I've got my glasses on, I don't have the best eyesight, but she asked me to read the number plate and I'm like, I just couldn't see it. And I thought, like I'm not even gonna get to drive, I'm just gonna fail. I've literally spent £140 and I didn't even get into the car and I've already failed. But she did give me around 3 chances. Like I got it wrong about twice, and then I took like a couple steps forwards and I got it right, and then it was fine. And then she asked me my was it tell me question or show me question, I can't remember, but the question was, oh, how would you identify the brake fluid or whatever. And I was like, I'd open the bonnet, da 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 da. I actually ended up being like, oh yeah, you'd fill it up with antifreeze. And she looked at me and she was like, no, don't ever fill it up with antifreeze. And I was like, oh, okay. She goes, don't worry, you got it right, just don't fill it up with antifreeze. So I think I just had a bit of like word vomit, like too many words were just coming out my mouth. But yeah, that was all fine, that was all cool. Got in the car and then she put the TomTom up, the sat nav, whatever you want to call it. And then she was like, just follow the sat nav. And that was fine. She actually, the test route I did was the test route I practiced every single lesson, which I'm so glad, because it was a hard test route. It was like going to this roundabout and it was the 3rd exit on the roundabout, which is just, the roundabout itself is just a complete mess. So yeah, I'm so glad that I practiced that every single lesson. And I ended up actually, after doing that roundabout, I actually ended up going the wrong way, but because I did it safely, it's not a fail. If you go the wrong way but you're like causing a hazard on the roads, you're gonna fail. But I did it safely and it was all fine. So she was like, okay, don't worry, I'm just gonna redirect you, just follow my instructions. So she'd be like, you know, turn right, turn left. And then she takes me into like side roads to do the maneuvers and stuff. The maneuver was fine, it was just the reverse parallel park, which I'm happy with. Like, I don't struggle with that, so I was just like, you know, checking all my mirrors, like doing the observations, everything, reversing, whatever, not hitting the curb. You don't want to hit the curb. And yeah, then she was like, okay, we're gonna do emergency stop. And I only practiced emergency stop like a couple lessons before my test, so it was like, to me it was scary. Like, even though it's not that hard, it was just like you know. So she was like, okay, as soon as I say stop, just stop. And I slammed the brakes. I was like, I didn't come to play. And she was like, that was an emergency stop. And I was like, you already know. So yeah, literally everything in the back, like there was like all sorts of stuff in the back just came flying onto the floor. I was like, it's what you call an emergency stop. But yeah, that was the emergency stop. And then she takes me back to the test center. Now, if you don't know, because of corona, if you fail within the first 5 minutes of the test, they just take you straight back. They're not going to waste 40 minutes because corona, that they're just going to take you straight back. And the test honestly felt like 10 minutes, and I thought, so then she takes me back, I park up, and then I'm just like, she's gonna tell me I failed, like what, she's gonna tell me I failed. And she's like, I'm happy to tell you that you've passed, congratulations. And I'm like, I did that. But she was like, I got 5 minors, which I think is quite good considering like it's 15 to fail, I think 15 or 16. And the 5 minors I got, there was 3 for hesitation, because I really thought in my head, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry, because in my lessons I'd done it quite a lot where I wouldn't hesitate, I'd just go straight out, and my instructor would have to use the brakes. And you know, if like the examiner uses the brakes or touches your steering, it's an automatic fail. So I really thought in my head, you know what, I'd rather be safe than sorry. But she was like, I would have just gone for it, there's just times where you're kind of taking a bit too long. But yeah, I did that 3 times. I think, like, you know, if you're doing it quite a lot, it's a fail. But she was really understanding. She even said to me herself, like, that comes with practice. Like, once you're driving every day, you'll just know like when to go and stuff. So she was actually quite nice about that. One of them was for observation, which I don't know what she was talking about, to be honest. Like, I honestly have no clue. And the other one was, I can't even remember. It can't have been that important, to be honest. But yeah, that was my test. I was so happy. Thinking about it now, I don't know why I worked myself up so much and like put all this pressure on myself. Like, obviously in the moment you're just like, you're shit scared, but I feel like I would have probably been saying a different story if I failed, because I would be quite down. But the thing is, like, you wouldn't be taking the test if you weren't ready. Like, the fact that you're even taking the test, the fact that you've booked it, just shows that, you know, you're ready, you've got this. You just got to have confidence in yourself at the end of the day, and you will do it, like, period. So yeah, I really hope this video has helped. Let me know if you have any other questions or anything. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe.